this requires that leadership in organizations be flexible, and your situation will change over time as well.
Go a little bit over on the values of A.L.M.A here and how they link back to the A. First one is accountability. And for A.L.M.A, these dimensions means like who is perceived as accountable in the company. So the first level would be known. The second one, okay, board only. Then you can cascade that down to area management. And then if you can get it to team leadership, it's already fantastic. And then the best one will be the more mature one would be at people level. So when you actually ask the question, do you know what you're accountable for? People have an answer for that, right? And this answer is really linked to the purpose of your company, right? And I see that here in DA, we have a process goal that is called Growth in Members that really proposes a way to grow the maturity of the teams and using coaching, mentoring. We have here like sustaining, right? It's all about setting a pace, letting the team know what they are accountable for, right? And proposes some methods to use to raise the maturity of the team.
Yeah, definitely. And also it's interesting too, and the mindset fully supports accountability. So for example, one of the promises is to make all work and workflow visible. So this is healthy for the team because they can self-organize, they can self-manage themselves, but it's also healthy from a governance point of view. If I'm an outsider to that team, I can still find out what's going on, and I can still keep an eye on things, and also and govern them and lead them and guide them. So I think this is critical. One of the guidelines as well is to attend to relationships throughout the value stream, to understand that you're collaborating with others, and this understanding that that we need to make sure the entire value stream works together effectively leads to accountability, because we're all accountable for what we do. And finally, I just want to point out that the governance is baked right into Disciplined Agile. I think a lot of organizations struggle on the governance side of things to help. How do we guide? How do we lead these teams? How do we help them become accountable, but still provide them the freedom of choice and but still having them be accountable for the outcomes they've promised to achieve. So there's a fine balance between doing all this, and it depends on the situation that you're in. So you really do need to be able to tailor your approach to the situation that you find yourself in.
One of the mottos of DA is actually choice is good, right? And like it's a perfect link for that, and it's a perfect option for actually working accountability within your teams, because and you said that maybe it's a process that you really do not need. It's really so well defined that people just following the guidelines that you have in that process, they can do so. They really do not need to feel a lot of that, like accountability with freedom, with a lot of choices, right? Because if the process is well defined and they know what, and I think this is one of the keys here too for the companies. When you say governance, right? Normally, companies struggle a lot in giving transparency to this accountability because they do not know how to measure that, right? Not how to measure accountability, but how to measure their goals and giving transparency to that in a way that everyone knows how their indicators are, how they are doing, just looking at the numbers, right? So one of the key things here, I believe here for accountability too, as you well mentioned, is how is your governance? How you're actually giving transparency to that to the whole company.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. And once again, the answer is it depends, right? Your metrics, your measures have to be driven by the outcomes that you're trying to achieve.
Exactly.
And what you're trying to improve.
Always by goals, right?
Yeah. What are your goals? And so it varies. And this requires that leadership in organizations be flexible, and your situation will change over time as well. COVID-19 has certainly taught us this. And
Exactly.
so that implies that our measures also need to improve as well. So accountability will vary and evolve over time, and that's a good thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
Great, great.